Alexis Davis has been on General Hospital for over 2 decades now, so it's understandable that some newer viewers might not be up on the attorney's epically dramatic history in Port Charles. Originally introduced in September of 1996, Alexis proved so popular with fans, actress Nancy Lee Grahn was bumped up to contract status with the soap the following year. She has portrayed Alexis the entire time aside from a brief few months in 2001-02 when Susan Dial temporarily stepped in to cover for her when Grahn's father passed away, and then again when Stephanie Erb took over in April 2022 when Grahn needed time off to recover from surgery. Stephen Cassadine brought Alexis Davis to Port Charles for legal assistance, and Luke Spencer helped her discover that she was actually Natasha Cassadine. When Helena Cassadine used that information to force Alexis to help her gain control of the family empire, the lawyer teamed with Luke to kill her. Unfortunately, Alexis mistakenly pushed Catherine Bell off a parapet instead, and ended up defending Stephen in court when he was charged with the murder. Like many other women, Alexis found it hard to resist the dimpled Don. Scott Garfield/ABC Alexis dated Ned Ashton, but in a complicated scheme to help Chloe Morgan save her business, Ned married her and Alexis became Mrs. Jasper Jacks. After the scheme failed, the couple split and Ned proposed to Alexis, but she got cold feet and called it off the night before the wedding. Defending troubled teen Xander Smith led Alexis to become a full-time lawyer for Sonny Corinthus and Jason Morgan. This also led to Alexis having a one-night stand with Sonny that left her pregnant. Worried about the mobster's dangerous lifestyle, she kept the baby from him and Ned agreed to pose as the father. Alexis named the baby Christina after her sister, who had recently died in an explosion meant for Sonny. Although she blamed Sonny for her sister's death, Alexis also confronted Luis Alcazar, who had set off the bomb, and she accidentally pushed him to his death. To avoid jail time, Alexis pretended to have dissociative identity disorder and Ned was given custody of Christina. To spend time with her daughter, Alexis disguised herself as a butler named Dobson to work at the Quartermain mansion. Eventually, with the help of psychiatrist Cameron Lewis, Alexis got her life together and regained custody of her little girl. When Christina was diagnosed with aplastic anemia, Alexis was forced to tell Sonny she was his daughter because the girl's only hope was stem cells from Sonny and Sam McCall's unborn child. Tragically, Sam went into early labor and the baby was stillborn, but the stem cell transplant saved Christina's life. Alexis then got romantically involved with Sonny's half-brother, Rick Lansing, and they welcomed a baby girl. Though she nearly died giving birth to Molly during a train wreck, Alexis made a hell of a butler. Jeffrey Meyer/ABC During an encephalitis outbreak, Alexis received the last dose of antidote instead of Sam's brother, Danny, causing him to die and Sam to lash out at her. But when Alexis went looking for the daughter she gave up as a teenager, she was stunned to learn it was Sam. Furious with her mother's meddling, Sam got drunk and slept with Rick. Worse, Alexis was diagnosed with lung cancer as she filed for divorce. Rick managed to steal custody of Molly temporarily, but when his father posed a threat, he returned her to Alexis. Alexis repaired her relationship with Sam and became the district attorney, befriending fellow lawyer Diane Miller. Alexis confessed to cover for Christina when she ran Claudia Zacharoff off the road, then found herself accused of murdering Mayor Floyd's mistress. With Diane representing her, Alexis got a light sentence, but she was forced to resign as DA. Later, while driving Christina to the hospital after she was beaten by her abusive boyfriend, Kiefer Bauer, Alexis ran over the boy, killing him. It was an accident, but his father, Warren, wanted her to pay and eventually attempted to kill Christina. After Max Scorpio saved their lives, Alexis tried dating him, but it didn't work out. Alexis would do anything to protect her girls. Adam Larkey/ABC Via Getty Images Jerry Jacks kidnapped Alexis, but Sean Butler rescued her, and they enjoyed a brief relationship. But when Sam needed a bone marrow transplant for her son, Danny, Derek Wells turned out to be a donor match, and later was revealed to be Julian Jerome, Sam's real father. Alexis was disgusted when Julian used Danny as a shield, threatening not to donate the bone marrow so Sonny wouldn't kill him. Alexis tried dating Ned again, but Julian was determined to win her over and eventually succeeded when he left the mob. The pair tied the knot, but when he returned to a life of crime and Alexis learned that Julian was responsible for the murders of Carlos Rivera and Duke Lavery, she was horrified, especially when she was arrested for Carlos' death and Julian refused to come forward to protect her. To clear her name, Alexis wore a wire and got Julian to confess, but when he found the wire, he tried to kill her. Upset when Julian was acquitted of the murder charges and having her law license suspended, Alexis turned to alcohol and her drinking problem alienated her entire family. Julian was the only one who offered her support, but she continued to resist her lingering feelings for the mobster. When she accidentally ran over him while drunk, Julian blackmailed her to let him recuperate at her home. When Alexis' drinking got so bad she thought she killed the man, it forced her to sober up. But then it turned out her AA sponsor was really Olivia Jerome, Julian's presumed dead older sister. Julian eventually confessed that Olivia had forced him to do her evil bidding, explaining his horrible actions when he returned to the mob and tried to kill her. Alexis eventually got tired of giving Julian another chance. xjjohnson/jpastudios.com Alexis continued to find it hard to forgive Julian and kept him at arm's length. She briefly dated Drive Bench, but that was a narrow escape as he turned out to be a sleaze who sexually harassed Kiki Jerome. Alexis meddled in Christina's love life, disapproving of her relationship with her former professor, Parker Forsyth, and continued to represent many Port Charles residents in court, including Kiki in her sexual harassment case. As time has gone on, Alexis has grown closer to Julian, forming a solid friendship, but still avoiding any romantic entanglements. After some therapy with Drive Kevin Collins, he was replaced by his evil twin, Ryan Chamberlain, who referred Alexis to Drive Neil Byrne. But as he helped her work through her issues, the two became too close for patient and doctor, so he dropped her as a client so they could begin dating and explore a relationship. Alexis hired Kendra Lennon as a personal trainer, but it was soon revealed that she was Kiefer's sister out for revenge. Neil and Alexis didn't just blur the line between doctor and patient, they erased it. ABC Thankfully, Alexis survived the attempt on her life, but found that her relationship with Neil could cause him to lose his medical license. They agreed to lie about their relationship and not see each other, but the night before his hearing, they slept together and someone appeared to be spying on them. Neil retained his license when Alexis lied to the medical review board about their relationship. But she was so upset at how things had turned out, she had an argument with Sam at a bar and downed a shot. Alexis quickly came to her senses and climbed back on the wagon, confessing her slip to her sponsor, Finn. But then things came crashing down as Neil lost his license and Alexis was disbarred for lying to the medical board. Neil kept trying to talk to Alexis and she eventually admitted she wanted to get back together, but after they spent the night in bed, she was horrified to find he died. Things then got worse when Alexis fractured her wrist again and was diagnosed with osteoporosis, then attended Neil's memorial where his mother blamed her for his death. She was so upset by everything that she fell straight off the wagon and began drinking again. Ignoring an attempted intervention by her family, Alexis got so drunk one evening she had a one-night stand with Ned. In order to keep her from telling Olivia, Tracy Quartermain made it look like Alexis was driving drunk and crashed her car. Alexis had a rough time in Pentonville. ABC The truth about the car accident came out, but Alexis couldn't avoid the repercussions after she grabbed a syringe at the hospital to stab Franco Baldwin to get him away from Sam, but ended up injecting Dante Falconeri instead, nearly killing him. Although Dante spoke on her behalf during her hearing, Alexis chose to plead guilty and was sentenced to 3 years in Pentonville. Life behind bars proved difficult, especially when the warden put her in solitary and Alexis began having anxiety attacks. Thankfully, Sean was there to help her through it and she helped him investigate a way out. When Molly and TJ exposed Judge Carson's unfair sentencing policies, Sean was set free and Alexis was transferred to Spring Ridge, a minimum security facility. Alexis was surprised to learn that one of her fellow prisoners was Ryan Chamberlain, and she befriended his caretaker, Harmony Miller. When Sean's investigation into Hayden's shooting implicated Nico Loss, Alexis urged him to go ahead with it anyway, but then Nick offered to get her a pardon if she dropped the whole thing. Once released, Alexis needed to find a new career path and accepted when Sean bought The Invader and offered her the position of editor-in-chief to turn the tabloid into a legitimate newspaper. Sean also confessed he still had feelings for her, but when he asked if there was a reason he should stay in town, Alexis couldn't give him what he was looking for. When Harmony confessed that Willow wasn't her biological daughter and the adoption wasn't legal, Alexis urged her friend to come clean. She also invited her to move into her home while she looked for a real place to live. Alexis was stunned when Neil's brother, Brendan Byrne, showed up in her office insisting that she pay for the funeral expenses as they felt she was responsible for Neil's death. She was then horrified when she came across Brendan's corpse floating in the harbor. Brendan blamed Alexis for Neil's death, but it had been Harmony all along. ABC Harmony's erratic behavior began making Alexis suspicious, and after finding incriminating papers partially burned in her fireplace, tracked Harmony to a cliffside where she found her plotting to kill Carly. Confronting her supposed friend, Alexis was shocked when Harmony confessed to killing Neil and later Brendan to keep Willow's parentage a secret. And then she nearly became Harmony's next victim before Carly came to and intervened, sending the killer fleeing into the woods. Stay tuned to GH to see how Alexis' story continues. Love GH? Be sure to join our We Love General Hospital Facebook group to chat about all the latest storylines and juicy gossip. Ad block test, why?